Hello, welcome to Report Vikings, your daily Minnesota Vikings news channel. Let's explore today's latest news. But first, I ask for your help. Leave your like on this video. Many of you follow our content daily, but forget to click the like button. It's a simple, free gesture that helps us a lot. Today we have two news items that are driving fans crazy. There's great news about the signing of an NFL star. Now, enough of the chit-chat, let's go. Vikings could add controversial WR in 2025 NFL Draft. With the 2025 NFL Draft approaching, the Minnesota Vikings are meticulously evaluating their options to bolster their roster and cement a competitive future in the league. With 4 picks available this year, including the 24th overall pick, a third-round selection, and 2 fifth-round picks, the franchise must make strategic decisions to strengthen its offense and remain competitive in the NFC. In ESPN's latest mock draft, renowned analyst Matt Miller projected that the Vikings would use their first pick of the 5th round to select former Miami Hurricanes wide receiver Xavier Restrepo. The pick came as part of the trade that sent Zadarius Smith to the Cleveland Browns in 2023, which could prove to be a valuable investment if Restrepo can establish himself in the NFL. Restrepo is not a name that experts all over the world are raving about, but his undeniable talent makes him an intriguing prospect. Currently ranked as the 17th best wide receiver in the class and ranked 127th overall in ESPN's draft rankings, he has distinguished himself throughout his college career as a highly technical and intelligent player. Last season, the wide receiver led the ACC with 1,127 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns, earning All-American honors and proving that he can be a reliable target in crucial moments. His strengths lie in his impressive ability to run routes with surgical precision and his high football IQ, attributes that could make him a valuable asset in the Vikings' offensive scheme. If he makes it to Minnesota, Restrepo could be used as a dynamic slot receiver, helping to open up the game for other offensive players and building a strong connection with newly recruited quarterback J.J. McCarthy. With his ability to find space in the defense and create separation quickly, he could become a key safety target for a developing young QB. Despite his impressive NCAA resume, Restrepo recently raised eyebrows after a disappointing performance at the University of Miami Pro Day on March 24th. The receiver clocked a time of 4.83 seconds in the 40-yard dash, an alarming number for a player at his position, and one that could directly affect his draft value. In light of the negative repercussion, Restrepo himself took to his personal account on X to clarify the situation. According to him, a muscle strain in his right hamstring during warm-ups hampered his explosiveness and ability to reach his top speed. He stated that in previous workouts, he had clocked times between 4.53 and 4.58 seconds, much more acceptable times for a wide receiver in the NFL. However, the post was later deleted, indicating that the player may be trying to turn the page and focus entirely on recruiting. While the 40-yard dash is not the only determining factor in a player's success in the league, it is undeniable that a poor performance can affect your draft position. For teams like the Vikings looking to bolster their receiving core, this issue could play a role in their final decision. The big question now is whether the Minnesota Vikings will be willing to take a chance on a player with proven talent, but with some uncertainty. Restrepo has proven to be a productive and highly technical receiver, but his lack of explosive speed could be a problem against the NFL's elite defenders. If the Vikings are confident that his pro day performance doesn't reflect his true abilities, drafting Restrepo could be a smart move to bolster their offense without spending more valuable picks. Otherwise, the team could opt to pursue a more well-rounded, athletic prospect to complement their receiving core. The 2025 NFL Draft is fast approaching, and with it comes decisions that could impact the future of the franchise. It remains to be seen whether the Vikings will see Restrepo as a gem to be polished or a risk too high to take. Vikings show strong interest in defensive line prospect. The Minnesota Vikings have been one of the most talked about teams this offseason as they prepare for the 2025 NFL season. The franchise has already made important decisions, including choosing J.J. McCarthy as its starting quarterback, ending any speculation about the permanence of Sam Darnold, who is now part of the Seattle Seahawks. However, despite the quarterback position being settled, the Vikings' defense still has several gaps that need to be filled. The defensive unit was inconsistent last season, and the franchise is determined to strengthen that sector to increase its competitiveness in the NFC. To do this, the team must resort to the 2025 NFL Draft, and one of the prospects that has caught the team's attention the most is the talented defensive lineman Shamar Turner from Texas A&M. According to Tony Pauline, via Vikings fan page on X, Minnesota is closely monitoring the player and could make a move to select him. Turner has been widely praised at the college level, being seen as a player with great potential to shine in the NFL. His versatility on the defensive line is one of his main assets, allowing him to play both as a defensive tackle and as an edge rusher in certain defensive packages. He combines strength and agility to pressure quarterbacks and effectively contain the running game, something that is essential in the modern NFL. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing around 300 pounds, Turner impresses with his explosive first step and his ability to create imbalance in the opposing offensive line. He has demonstrated a high level of technique throughout his college career, using a varied repertoire of movements to break free from blocks. Additionally, his physical dominance and ability to adapt to different defensive schemes make him a valuable asset to any team in the league. The NFL Draft is always an unpredictable event, and Turner's fate is still uncertain. If the Vikings truly want to enlist their services, they may need to act strategically to secure their selection. With some teams also showing interest in the Texas A&M defender, Minnesota could consider a trade to move up in the draft and ensure he doesn't slip away to another team. The Vikings' need to bolster their defensive line is evident. Despite having some promising names on the roster, such as Harrison Phillips and Jonathan Bullard, the team lacks a disruptive talent that could make the difference in the front seven. Shamar Turner could be that key piece, offering both immediate impact and long-term development potential. Minnesota has already made strategic moves in free agency to strengthen the defense, but the arrival of a young and promising talent through the draft could further consolidate this unit. Depending on how the picks play out, the Vikings may need to evaluate whether it's worth investing draft capital to move up and secure Turner, or whether they should wait and see how the board develops. It is worth remembering that the team has other needs to be addressed, such as cornerbacks and reinforcements for the offensive line. However, considering how important a dominant defensive line is to building a winning team, adding Turner could be a critical investment for the franchise's future. With the 2025 NFL Draft drawing ever closer, anticipation surrounding the Vikings' moves is growing. If Shamar Turner is indeed at the top of the team's priority list, fans can expect a potential move to bring him to Minnesota. Otherwise, it will be interesting to see what strategies the franchise will adopt to bolster its defensive sector and continue its quest for success in the NFL.